Hello there and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. This time we're actually taking a look at the 3 new characters for 4.7. Yes, you've heard me right. 3 new characters. I'm honestly and personally surprised about this. So, we kind of were guessing that Clorinde would be the next character and we knew Sigewinne would need to come at some point. I personally thought that Clorinde would come in 4.7 as the 5-star and Sigewinne would come in 4.8 as a new character. Or they would both come together, one as a 5-star and one as a 4-star. Now, here's the thing. Sethos was also revealed in the livestream for 4.6, so we knew that Sethos would also come at some point. So that left us with 3 different characters that would come into patches. Now, it seems like 4.8 might be full of reruns then. I would guess 4 reruns right before Natlan comes out and the first characters in Natlan come out. So that, I guess, kind of makes some sense. I believe maybe every other patch was like that. Every 0.8 patch was like that, but I honestly do not remember. But yeah, we have Sethos as Desert Envoy Wisdom's Measure. We have Sigewinne, Wanderer's Dragon Heir, Melusine Head Nurse, and we have Clorinde, Candle Bearer Shadowhunter, Champion Duelist. I wonder, what do you mean by Dragon Heir? Because Sigewinne is part Melusine. There's no way she's full on Melusine, right? And I wonder if it means Dragon Heir as in she has a good relationship with Neuvillette, or in the sense that it's referring to Elenis as a dragon. That's a good question. I always thought of Elenis sort of as a whale, but that goes into the origin of the Melusines. We're here to actually take a look and read through the little blurbs that are here, right? And Sethos seems to have the biggest one, interestingly enough. But yeah, from what I believe, Sethos will have ties with Sino, and we'll see those ties when the 4.6 comes out in like 2 days. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Inexperienced travelers often find themselves trapped by the vast, boundless sea of sand. Were it not for the timely guidance of a kind soul, their journey of exploration might have come to an untimely end, cruelly cut short. Many of those who were lost and returned to their companions on the road all had the same name upon their lips, Sethos. A great sense of direction, enthusiastic and talkative. These are all common impressions among those who have been on the receiving end of Sethos' guidance. And it is quite true. As a desert dweller, Sethos knows the paths between the various oases like the back of his hand, and his mastery of the techniques of navigation, such as using the sun's position to calculate direction, runs even deeper. As a personal interest, Sethos enjoys traveling by foot between desert and rainforest, and the navigational skills he's acquired are a product of his personal experiences doing so. As for being enthusiastic and talkative, by speaking with eremites chance met on the road or listening to the fascinating anecdotes of hapless scholars rescued from swamp and marsh, not only can he broaden his knowledge and horizons, but also have a lot of fun. For Sethos, that is where the joy of the journey lies. Perhaps it is because of this personality of his, but regardless of locale, from desert to rainforest, he always has those he can regard as friends. One researcher he met at Caravan Reba, who had developed a deep admiration for Sethos after being struck by his distinctive understanding of the academia and its knowledge system, once even went so far as to suggest that Sethos sit the academia's entrance exam. Be a student at the academia, it would be pretty fun to see how the academia teachings differ from what the old folks say back home. I'll consider it. Okay, so it gives us a look in his personality, being talkative and everything, and being very helpful. He wants to help people out, so that's really nice. The thing is, he does have some similarities when it comes to Sino. I don't know, the general design does give me Sino vibes. The wild wolf-like hair kind of gives me a bit of Razor vibes. I don't know. Oh, and he's a bow character. I was thinking maybe you can glance a bit at what weapon he would use, but there's the bow. It's literally right there. Is that an existing bow, though? Then again, they might introduce some new 4-star bows, so that could be... Actually, wait. 4.6 is giving us a free Goro. This could be the free weapon for 4.7, because Genshin alternates free character, free weapon, so that's that. And he is Electro. So we're gonna get 2 Electro and a Hydro character. Same patch. But yeah, not much to go off of. He's a desert dweller, he's very helpful to people around him and everything. And he would be curious about, he's curious about the academia. Then we have Sigewinne. Now, this is going to be interesting because I do follow character-only leaks. And I'm not going to go into that. If you want to follow them too, it's your own thing. But I kind of hope that she would come in 4.8 because I would like to be able to save up for her. But that's besides the point. Let's see what this is all about as well. The infirmary is the warmest place in the fortress of Meripede, where the sun fails to shine. Rumor has it the head nurse who manages said infirmary is also its founder. The fortress has changed hands in chaotic circumstances several times over the centuries, but there has always been a tacit agreement amongst all who live here not to harm the medical staff in any way. The reason for this is simple. Few doctors could endure treating criminals and staying in such a place for long. Fewer still would be as clement, cute, conscientious, and considerate as Sigewinne. There was once an inmate whose life Sigewinne saved after he had been gravely injured while causing trouble, who then proclaimed her to be an emissary of the heavens, an angel of salvation, sent to bring redemption to criminals, even saying that he would preach this far and wide on her behalf. That's a bit much, isn't it? The head nurse shook her head, her horns bobbing along. It's kind of weird to hear, like, saying horns bobbing along. Usually horns are, like, hard. Anyway, sorry. I won't ask what you did wrong before saving you, but you'll still have to finish serving your sentence once you've healed up, she said, hands on her hips. Flattery is not gonna get you anywhere. Okay, not much. Then again, we already saw both Sigewinne and Clorinde in the story, and we kind of got a view on their personalities. So I guess there's no real need to like showcase the said person. Well, it's still showcasing, you know. She's humble, right? She does want to uphold justice. They do call her cute and conscientious. That's a weird, really hard word. But yeah, there's not much really going into this. I'm curious about the story quests though. Are we gonna get 2 story quests again? Like, we're getting one for Arlecchino and we're getting one for Cyno in this next update. Honestly, I wouldn't mind having two story quests in every patch. Give me more. We're still waiting on like Venti Act 2, for example, and also Farina Act 2, because again, or Nouvellette Act 2 if you really don't want to put Farina in as a stand-in for the Archon. But yeah, not much to go off of here. Like, again, she's... Though, again, the fortress changed... Oh, where is it? Oh, rumor has it that the head nurse who manages said infirmary is also its founder. This could be interesting, because this would mean that Sigewinne was here, like, for a very, very, very long time. I don't remember if the Fortress of Meripede was, it was made during Egeria's time, if I recall correctly, but I don't remember if it was also back during Ramuria, back when Ramuria was a thing. I don't remember if it was exiles from Ramuria or exiles from Fontaine who were there. It could also be interesting to reveal that Sigewinne was also an inmate at the fortress, like she was one of the exiles, which I think may be the case. As I don't know, I look at this heart thing, right? and I think, oh, so she can both deal damage or heal you, right? So she has a darker side that can just take care of you, if you know what I mean. Like, not in a good way. But yeah, that's to be seen in the live stream and in the coming months before the patch, and of course during the patch. And also, Miss Clorinde. Oh my goodness. It's going to be interesting to see how she plays, because the next two artifacts that we're going to get in Genshin are based on Bond of Life and on Burning. Clorinde, of course, and Sigewinne and Sethos cannot really do much with Burning, right? But they can do stuff with Bond of Life. We're going to get Arlecchino. We do have a weapon that has Bond of Life, but it's only a spear. Well, and we also have a bunch of 4-star weapons, craftable and battle pass, I believe, that can give characters Bond of Life. Of course, the enemies giving those things. So it's going to be interesting to see if the set is purely specific for Arlecchino, or if it's going to be used on future characters that would focus on Bond of Life. So it's going to be interesting to see if Clorinde would also focus on Bond of Life, or Sigewinne. But yeah, let's see what they have to say about Candlebearer Shadowhunter Clorinde. I wonder what does Candlebearer even mean? Anyway, disputes are more a dozen in Fontaine, day in and day out. A playwright might accuse a fanatical reader of imitating their style and taking up a pen name too, close to their own. The point that even the newspapers could not distinguish the genuine article. Merchant might accuse a colleague of targeted, malicious, cutthroat competition, of not only constantly adjusting their prices, but of intentionally setting up shop directly opposite of them. Ordinary disputes can be settled by guards rushing onto the scene, but there are always a minority of claimants who, thinking themselves most clever in their ulterior intent, will obstinately press for court proceedings just to get their name out there. And if their dual applications were to be approved, they might be famous indeed. However, if some well-meaning neighbor were to tell them, I've heard that the most recently rostered champion duelist is Miss Clorinde, these same clever folk would almost instantly be deflated of older arrogant airs, like a violet gold angler. I cannot read today, I'm very sorry guys. Like a violet gold angler gull caught by the neck and sees such prattle altogether. For all are well acquainted with the name of the mightiest champion duelist. Beneath her blade, all despicable deeds that aim to capitalize on mere fortune under the guise of decency will show their true colors. And she has never once known defeat in a duel. I suppose there's no need to go that far, is there? So does a clever person very nearly hoisted by their own petard flee the scene. And thus is another such altercation undercut by ulteriorly discreetly dissipated. Jesus. Too much reading. I know it's barely anything. Okay, so Clorinde. Again, we kind of know her personality and quite a lot from the in-game interactions, right? And people talking about her and the interactions throughout the story. So there's not much really to be seen here. That is just that she's very feared by those people who would want to go for a duel, become famous. Kind of like trying to get your 15 minutes of fame / get famous overnight. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I wonder if we do get the Clorinde story quest, if it's going to have anything to do with Child. I don't know, I would kind of like to see the story quest be either a duel between you and her, like a friendly duel between you and her, or a friendly duel between Child and Clorinde. It could be kind of cool, plus we would get to know what happened to Child. Right? Like, did he get his vision? Is he okay? Is his vision still acting up? Stuff like that, you know? But, yeah. Genshin always with the drip marketing a couple days before the new character. Of course, there's going to be people who were saving for Clorinde ever since they saw her, and they don't care about Arlecchino, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting because both Arlecchino and Clorinde are two very popular characters. So these next two banners are gonna bring in quite a lot of money. And if Farina does rerun alongside Clorinde and Sigewinne, oh my god, that banner might actually break records. Like, actually break records. Like, it's gonna be interesting to see what their weapons are actually now that I think about it. So, Clorinde, as in signature weapons. So, Clorinde, we know, is a sword user. We've seen it in game, and there's a sword here. It's cut off, and I think that might be her signature. And then you have Sigewinne here with an actual, well, syringe gun? Is she the medic from TF2? Anyway, so I wonder if Sigewinne will be a catalyst. It would be another hydro catalyst, though, so who knows? As I said earlier, Sethos does have a bow here. You can see the string and everything in the bow proper. So Sethos is 100% going to be a bow user. But yeah, so a bow electro, a sword electro, and something hydro. Another polearm. It would be right after another polearm character. And it's going to be another small polearm user. It would be kind of funny to see her use whatchamacallit, a claymore, and to see what the signature claymore would look on her. And the wildest theory out there, either they introduce guns finally as a weapon, or they do catalyst, but it looks like a gun. We already have catalyst users that throw like wind blades, and catalyst users that literally punch the air in front of them, so you know, why not a catalyst that's actually and literally a gun? Anyway, yeah, that's about it for this video, I think. We've went through the description, these mini descriptions of the characters. We've taken a look at them. I really like the designs of all of them. Sethos looks really, really cool, and I kind of wish to pull for him just to get, you know, the one copy, but I'll see where my petty and my total wishes are after I try to get C2 Arlecchino, so that's that. Sigewinne, really cute. My main curiosity about her is, why does she have just some features of a Melusine? So she's either half human, half Melusine, or she's a special Melusine. I don't know. Wondrous Dragonair after all. And of course, who doesn't love Clorinde's design? He has a gun. And I really hope she's actually going to use it in her kit. But yeah. This is interesting, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.